Technology as an apparatus for the reclamation of attention and its wider spatial implications. 1. Technology itself cannot possess morality. Technology is often personified as an evil sent by the devil himself, or big tech, to frack our attention and feast on our doom scrolling. We must resist this techno-determinist thinking and the denial of our own agency. 2. You possess your own agency and are ultimately the only one responsible for your life. You, as an adult, have the responsibility to live a good life, and parents of children have the responsibility to the child to ensure they live a good life. While there are factors outside of an individual's control that may impact a person's capacity to live a good life, how one personally uses technology is not one of them. 3. What separates us from animals and non-living things is our capacity to deploy consciousness and reason. Our ability to self-analyze, to separate our long-term goals from our primal desires, and engage in temporal contextualization is central to what makes us uniquely human. 4. Understand the micro-impact of technology on your fulfillment. Imagine your satisfaction as a jar and your mind as a sieve. Pleasure is poured into the jar like water. The jar of the person without self-discipline and who utilizes technology without restraint will continuously leak this pleasure, unable to retain satisfaction. While apps like TikTok are fun, when used in excess, we become increasingly numb to its pleasure, eroding our appreciation and causing more leaks in our jar. 5. Recognizing how technology can distort your internal understanding of fulfillment. Now imagine each of us have multiple jars that need to be filled. Social, creative, intellectual. The person without self-discipline may try to fill their jars in the online world, e.g. through social interactions on social media, or become influenced to replace their jars with other jars they see in the online world, e.g. deciding that they want the same car as an influencer they follow. However, such digital interactions can be superficial and unfulfilling, and can skew what fulfillment might look like for an individual, thereby replacing meaningful pursuits with performative consumption. 6. Recognizing how private habits become public architectures. When undisciplined individuals become the polis, there are serious consequences in the spatial. Facilitated by the reflexive and amplifying nature of technology, this inattention has fostered a collective neglect of embodiment, leading to the erosion of societal and spatial fabrics. The rituals, rhythms, and shared spaces that constitute these fabrics are integral to our fulfillment and our capacity to live a good life. 7. Technology use must be framed as a virtue and thus requires a mean. You must undergo the individual pursuit of finding your mean between excessive technology use and deficient technology use. For example, a student who uses AI to write their assignment entirely misses the intellectual fulfillment of learning. Excess. If they avoid AI altogether, they may limit themselves to inefficient methods of research and restrict their exposure to different perspectives. Deficiency. Finding the mean optimizes the potential for growth and satisfaction. 8. Habituating this enables moral engagement and fulfillment. Practicing the virtuous mean in technology use form habits that support fulfillment and responsible living on a personal scale. 9. This introspective relationship with technology is uniquely human and implies a post-humanist ontological obligation. Because we alone can rationally assess the moral implication of technology and how its impact is being spatialized, we bear an ethical responsibility for its deployment at a systemic level. 10. Technology as an apparatus reshapes phenomenological experience. On a macro scale, technology is being used as an apparatus to both sustain and disrupt existing power structures. Its use as an apparatus is not neutral and consistently interacts with the spatial, changing the fabric of reality and how it is lived for all beings. 11. Temporality uses technology as an apparatus to transform everyday phenomenological landscapes in the spatial. Practices like shopping, banking, and socializing have been shifted by digital realms, which in turn displace their need to occupy physical space. 12. This spatial redundancy is particularly evident in colonial structures. Libraries, town halls, shopping centres, and even churches to a certain degree are becoming obsolete as their functions are being absorbed by digital alternatives. 13. As these spaces are made redundant by temporality through technology, they begin to return to place. These places are increasingly being made redundant by the temporal. Their unbecoming welcomes a new becoming, staging both opportunity and reclamation. 14. Our capacity to reason affords us with the duty and honour to take responsibility for the future of these spaces. Seeking a mean between capitalism, privatisation of space, and communism, unstructured collectivity, we must consider how these spaces can be utilised as an apparatus for human and non-human flourishing.